All right, War Doctor, back to you after an unexpected button bump when I was taking my cell phone off of my stand. So this is part 2 of my turn 6.6. I've set up this naval battle here in P36, and we're going to see how it goes. All right, I'm going to sit down next to this. All right, so I have 2 first strikes. I'm going to use these guys here. They are 5s or less. We get 1 first strike hit. So I'm going to take these off the board. They're not going to target select anything. And Knights Templar said he would lose a destroyer first. Okay. So let's do the next part here. The part most likely to finish this battle off in one shot. So just to mention, my air superiority fighter, which came on escort, has retired because neither of the air superiority fighters I suspected would be in this fight are there. So here we go. 777s, battlefield nukes. That's 2 hits. Let me just mark those. We don't want to do that. All right, so 2 general hits for that. Then my fighter, that's the 3rd hit I needed. Okay. Just for giggles, let's see. 2, 4th hit. Okay, and then the frigate. All right, but I got sufficient overkill here, so all of those guys are dead. But let's see what he does back to me. So I'm going to do the destroyer first. He may potentially get a sub-target select. He does not. That's a miss. SSN, that is a hit. Not a target select, though. So 1 general hit for Knights Templar. Then his cruiser. I give him a red die for that. Oh! Should not have done that. Okay. So that's a surface target select. I'm assuming he'll take out the destroyer with that. So he's going to kill that guy. I'm going to take the frigate. And that is the end of that. So that means I have won my naval battle star for taking out a Soviet fleet. So good deal with that. All right, so I'm taking, let's try to be careful taking this off here. So we move back to this. Okay. Got to mind where that button is. All right, so this means that here in P36, I retain control of those waters. We're going to have some aircraft that need to fly back home. 2 submarines. Fighter and an attack bomber. Okay. So, there that is. Now for what is sure to be a nail-biter. The interception round of this. But first we have our AGM-69 strike. So the airbase gets a single shot at 4 or less, which will determine the fate of this. And then a D3 of damage. That is a 10, so it goes through. We are going to have damage on that base. Whew, that Cambodian fighter is going to be stuck. So let me get some damage markers. All right. And I'm going to put that on there and roll some damage. So a D3 is 2, 3, or 4 damage, as I recall. Someone correct me if I get this wrong afterward. So that would be 3 damage. So let me do that. So 3 damage to this airbase. All right, I have to pause this because apparently someone is really trying to get my attention. All right, so I'm back. So that means that only one air superiority fighter is coming to this party. So we're going to have an interception round of 1 Soviet fighter at 6. Put these guys over here just so we get it right. 2 U.S. bombers intercepting at 1, and a U.S. air superiority fighter intercepting at a 6. So we're going to roll all these and see what we get. Okay. So I see a U.S. hit and Soviet miss, 2 U.S. misses. Not that I need the overkill. So the Soviet air superiority fighter that was in South Vietnam is now dead. Okay, so now something interesting. All right, so this minor shipyard gets 3 shots at 4, just like a SAM would, to attempt to intercept the missiles. They don't have target select, so the AGM-86B, unless he hits all 3, is going through. Oh, man. So the 2 standard cruise missiles go down, and that is saved. So my hope was to do the full damage required, but I don't think that's going to work. Oh, I should have mentioned earlier, by taking the Philippines and East Malaysia, I also am getting my land battle star this turn. So this is just a question of, did I get the air battle star? I'll check the conditions in just a second if we do max damage here. But I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get it. Yeah, no, I have to destroy it. So that would be 13 damage. I need to get to 12. So let's just see how well we do here. All right, that's 10. That's pretty darn good. Okay, so 10 damage on that shipyard here. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay, grab 10 on the first run here. Okay, so 10 on that shipyard from the mighty B1. Okay, so Cambodia's facilities are looking rather impoverished these days, which I'm okay with, shockingly enough. All right. That is the extent of combat. So let's go into non-combat moves here. All right, I have a handful. So first off, down here in P66, I'm going to move this guy 1, 2, 3, 4 up to P45. I'm going to try to get a good view on all this so that you can see. Okay. The attack bomber is going to fly back 1, 2, 3, 4 to Guam, as is 1, 2, well, 3, sorry. This guy, the fighter, moved 1, 2, so he has 2 available movement left, so he will go back to Singapore. B-52 and B-1 will both also go back to Guam. They've got plenty of movement left for that. Almost want to get a card now for Guam. All right, the 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I'm going to make the one here. So this guy can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. He will reach back. So I believe he had 7 movement. He will go back to Okinawa. All right. This will go 1, 2. Diesel electric sub to P45. All right. I have got some sea lifts. From Bonin Island, we're going to go 1, 2, 3 into Tokyo with the air cav that's here. From Tokyo, we're going to go 1, 2, 3 into Sapporo with the SRBM we had there. Forgot about this guy. Coming out of port, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 with the cruiser that was on the West Coast. Airlifts, we have these 2 Marines. They're going to both use the major airbase here. One is going to go to Tokyo. The other is going to go to Okinawa. Maxing out the Okinawan airlift. Okay. So I think that is everything except replace units. All right. Okay. So I'm going to be placing my amphibious assault ship and 1 frigate in port. We are going to take another frigate, and he will go in port over here. I just need to grab an import marker. Thought I had a spare here, but I don't. Okay. We're going to place our attack bomber on the West Coast. It's the only valid place to build him. We're going to put our shipyard on Guam. Our minor army base is going to be placed in Singapore. And these missiles will be placed on our build plate. All right. Apparently this B-52 does not want to stand up straight and fly right. See if we can get him there. There we go. Okay. So, place my missiles. Okay, so I have 28 income. That is going to be deducted by 4 for the remaining God, my brain is not working. The 2 oil tankers that have failed to be repaired. So I will collect 24 this turn. And, oh, I'm at DEFCON 1 now because I'm lobbing nukes at people. All right. Well, I think that's everything. So I'll be sending a disposition of forces to my friends and enemies. And I will look forward to seeing what Captain G does on his turn. So this is War Doctor signing off.